What is happening, everybody out there in YouTube land? It's Josh, and I'm back after a very long hiatus from doing videos. And as you can probably tell, unless you're brand spanking new to my channel, this is the first video you've seen. Obviously, looking at my face, I've put some weight back on. So today is actually day 3. I'll put a screenshot right here. I'm actually doing prolonged fasting again. It works great for me. I feel amazing. I haven't had a bite to eat in like 38 hours, 39 hours, something like that as of right now. And so I wanted to just get back in the habit of documenting this journey because that's what I felt really helped me get results, believe it or not, and stay accountable. That's the big thing. It allowed me to stay accountable, which is what resulted in the results. If you're struggling with how to lose weight, subscribe to the channel. Check out what I'm doing here, what I've done here. The name of my channel is Keto Dad 78. That's because keto is really how I try to eat when I'm actually eating. And 78 because I was born in 78. I'm an old man. I'm 41 years old. And what's interesting is, so in 2015, I weighed 291 pounds and started actually documenting my journey at 276 pounds and got down to, I want to say I got down to 213, 215, something like that. I'll have to go back and splice some video in to kind of show that. This morning, going into day 3 of my fast, 258. So obviously I put some weight back on. And, I talk about this a little bit in one of my other videos. What happens to you when you go off the keto diet? Well, the same thing happens to you if you go off any diet, any way of eating, any lifestyle. If you don't do what was getting you the results and you go back to the way you were eating and the way everything else, then you're going to get it back. And I've said in other videos that with the amount of going off the wagon that I did, I mean, when I say I went off the wagon, I went off the wagon and I ate the wagon, and I looked around for other wagons and I ate them too. Okay, not proud of it. I'm kind of making light of it, but the fact of the matter is, I've done a lot of damage to my body over the last, over my lifetime, and different things have come up, and there are reasons, there are excuses, whatever you want to call it, to why I've not stuck with this. But I think part of it is, like a lot of people say, oh, I got to 250 pounds, or I got to 300 pounds, 350 pounds, whatever, and they feel terrible. I've never really had that. I've always felt pretty decent. Not as good as, obviously, I did at 215, 220 pounds or whatever. But I never really had that, like, oh my gosh, I'm in constant pain or this or that. That's never been really an issue for me. My blood work, triglycerides, cholesterol, all that stuff that they look for that are supposedly, markers of health, have always been pretty decent, especially for a guy who's 100 pounds overweight or more. So it's one of those things. It's like you have to decide in your own head that enough is enough. There's no outside forces. There's no friend or family member or kids or anything like that that's going to make the difference for you to make a decision to change. There's no doctor. And none of those things are going to make you change unless you're ready to change. And to be transparent with you, maybe I wasn't ready to change. I just thought I was. Or maybe just some stressors and some other things kept me from staying true to my diet. I don't know. Okay. I've always promised in my videos that, look, if I don't know, I'm going to tell you, hey, I don't know. But I always am going to share what has worked for me, what works for me. And so if you're new to the channel, again, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, light up the notification bell so you don't miss a video. I'm going to try to do like one a week. I'm a fairly busy guy, so it's kind of tough to do that. But I guess that's why prolonged fasting makes so much sense for me is I free up a fair amount of time if I don't eat, right? And I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. You have to eat or you'll die. Well, before you even leave those silly kind of comments, just, do a little bit of research. There's people that have gone, 30 days, 45 days, 60 days. There was one guy that went 300 and something days without eating food because, when you're overweight, which, Captain America here, he's overweight, right? You got plenty of food here, right? I got breakfast, lunch, and dinner here from a year ago, whatever. You know what I mean? So again, welcome back to the channel. I'm excited to to really start doing this again for myself, for anybody who's watching me, anybody who feels like they need some motivation. I realize I'm not a big YouTuber. I never have been. That's not my ambition. I'm excited to be back, guys. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be getting back to where I need to be. And, between now and the end of the year, my goal is to get under 200 pounds. And this time I'm going to do it. Mark my words. Hold me to it. Hold me accountable by subscribing, leaving me your comments. And I will see you all very soon.